Hello. Aloha, internet friends, internet world out there. How y'all doing? So let's do some more quantum questions, shall we? I'm going to start off with my commercial for the biggest, freest awesomeness to help you step into your infinite, unlimited freedom starting now. I see the comments are just starting to come in. I want to invite you to either open that page up right now and check it out right after this session of quantum questions, or make yourself a note right now. Put it in your calendar. 20 minutes from now. Make that minute. So let's see who we got here. Hey, Leanne, Deborah, Diane, John. Hey, Tara Shay. Good to see you, John. Always, buddy. Kim. Hey, Joanne in Scotland. Hey, Peter in Belgium. New friends and old friends and everything in between. Hey, Sam. Good to see you. Always, always, always. And I got a couple people already starting to tag friends in the comments, which just makes me happy. So what can I help with today? Why is it? Hey, Eduardo. Good to see you. Christina. Good to see you. Hillary. Christine. Kurt. Always good. Hey there, Kate. Jennifer. Rochelle. All right, so we now have the whole planet represented. Hey, Portugal. I think that's the second time in 9 years that I have had a Portugaler on with me. That is awesome. Hey, David in Hawaii. Not that far away. Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you as always. What can I help with today? What kind of issues are going on that we could ask some questions and begin to unmake? Hey, Philemon. Always, always wonderful to see you on with me. Take a look, everybody, and get a feel for this globalness that we have going on here. What kind of power, what kind of magic, what kind of awesome is available to us? All right. No one has typed in anything that they want any help with or to ask any questions about. So, I just got one. Now, one of the things that you are noticing, those of you who have been on for more than 2 minutes with me, you've noticed that in spiritual fuckdom, all of us wonderful people that are trying our best to be spiritual, one of the things that's almost universal among the spiritual fuckness is trying to be positive. I saw a post just a few minutes ago, and I've seen this meme shared for years now. Always believe something wonderful is about to happen. Now, that is well-intentioned, and virtually every spiritual person on the planet, yeah, I love that. That's wonderful. I say it's brain dead fucking suicide. Because if you're always believing something wonderful is about to happen, you're missing the perfection of the moment you are in. It's almost universally accepted and worshipped. And so I'm going to point out an example. And I want to start this session of quantum questions by saying this. I am never correcting. I am never being harsh, and I am never correcting you. I am helping to have you look at what you said. What did I say? So you can become aware of the part of you that believes it, so you can question it, because the minute you don't know it, infinite possibilities can rush back in. But while you know it, you're stuck with what you got. Okay? So look at this. Today, I am ready to accept miracles. Doesn't that seem positive? Doesn't that seem hopeful? I'm ready. The only thing is, it blinds you to the fact that you are in the one infinite, eternally expanding miracle right fucking now. There are no miracles. There are no miracles. To have miracles guarantees a lot of not miracles. There is one miracle. There is one miracle, and it is now. And when you choose presence, you move into it. Isn't that extreme? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just, oh my God? Like literally, it's one of the most, quote, positive. I'm putting on a little bit of oil here. Isn't it one of the most beautiful, positive, hopeful, spiritual statements? I am ready for miracles today. And it blinds you from the fact that you're in the infinite expanding miracle that is right now. So let's do it. Why is it that today was the day, right here, right now, that I admitted I am one with and beyond with? I am one as the miracle, eternally expanding now. And why, when I let that in, everything changed. Why did I admit I don't have any conflicting feelings? How silly I was. I have conflicting thoughts. And I can run around chasing my tail forever. And if I run this way to chase it for a second, concerned that it is something to be concerned about. And then when I get halfway to my tail, I turn and go this way. It's not something. I don't even get to catch my fucking tail. I don't get nothing out of the deal. I just feel conflicting. I have all these conflicting thoughts telling myself I'm having conflicting feelings, and I never get anywhere. Why was today the day that I said the virus is what it is, whether it's a virus or not? It is what it is. Why did I realize that fretting about whether it just keeps me tied up in knots? So why did I stop the whole damn thing? Why did I chill out and say, regardless of what it is, I choose presence so that I can meet it from my response ability. Tapping into the one that I am, I always know exactly what to do if there's anything to do. Why did I finally, Hillary, and when I say finally, I mean fucking finally, because girl, you've been fighting me on this now for years, running the same circle again and again and again and again and again, and never pulling your head out for 2 seconds. Why don't you pull your head out? Why did I stop calling it anxiety? Why did I realize I feel fear? And why did I choose to breathe myself back into calm, confident sanity? Why did I finally admit that calling my fear anxiety kept me in my head? I'm just anxiety. It's a problem. It's anxiety. No, it's fucking fear. I felt my fear. I relaxed into it. I breathed and I wasn't afraid anymore. Why? Why did I stop trying to remove any responsibility for others? Why did I realize I can't be, number one, I can't be responsible for others. And number two, I can't remove responsibility for others. So I chose instead to be present, at which point I was guided with exactly what there was to do. Why did I? And I'm going to go into finally with you as well, Peter. So everybody, just so you know, once again, that I'm not being harsh and I'm not coming down on anybody. I'm being very firm, and I'm being, well, first of all, I'm bringing my video camera back into focus. Don't resist me, video camera. Come back into focus. You don't want to be in focus? All right, I'll deal with it. With Peter, he and I have danced around this issue about 5 times in the last few years. Why is it I quit wanting any job and I chose rather to focus on the feelings that I prefer and to trust that the next step is a stepping stone into more of what I prefer? Why is it that I stopped thinking I was second? Wait a minute. Why did I notice every time that I think I'm second, I have felt sad? Maybe there's a clue there. Why is it that I noticed when I think I'm second, I feel sad, and I dropped all the thoughts and all the companies and all the wishes and wanted to be suitable, blah, 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 and instead I just felt the sadness. And when I finally stopped the thinking and I felt the sadness fully, I never again had to create the experience of being second again in order to feel the feeling. And here's a perfect example. Why did I finally realize? Anybody ready for a blown fucking mind? Anybody ready for a blown mind? You okay with having your mind blown? Because if you breathe with me and stay with me for a minute, you're about to have your mind completely blown. Finally. And maybe somebody will get it this time. How is it that I finally woke up? Why did I finally get that asking how to stay connected kept me forever out of the experience of being one? Why was I able to look at this one statement question and realize that it is the essence of my avoidance of oneness disguised as my commitment to experience it? I'm going to go down a side road that's right in the center for a moment. I have had the experience in the last month or two of working very closely with one of the biggest, most well-known teachers in the world, spiritual teachers, very closely. And to watch this person speak and act and behave in the most utter, complete opposition to every word that they have ever written and spoken in their spiritual teacher persona. No criticism. And obviously, you might notice that I'm not revealing the sex of the person or anything else. I'm not putting this person down at all. Everybody's doing what they're doing, and everybody's absolutely perfect the way they are, and everybody's choosing what they're doing. And this person will continue to suffer immensely until they look at the hypocrisy, the utter hypocrisy of their living and speaking compared to their teaching and preaching. And this statement, how, makes it something I got to figure out. Stay connected keeps my mind ever running on the fact that it might not be connected, and that maybe connection is possible and maybe connection is better, while the very concept of connection proves to me that I'm not one. When you're one, what the fuck is there to be connected with? And what would wonder how? So this spiritual teacher talks a lot about the ego. the ego this and the ego that. We know the ego does this and the ego that and the ego. A lot of spiritual fucks talk about this, right? We've all probably done it. The ego this and the ego that and the ego that and the ego's trying to do this and the ego's trying to do that. And I noticed I was in ego there for a minute because blah blah blah, without any awareness that the only one talking the entire time is the fucking ego, trying to disguise that it's the one talking about the ego, but is the ego saying every fucking word of it. Now I got no problem with the ego, unlike this spiritual teacher who's always preaching and teaching about ego from ego. I have not looked at the comments for the last couple minutes, and I will see what effect, if any, that had for anybody as I scroll down in a minute here. Why is it that I admitted that my infinite, unlimited awareness is always available now? Hey, Stephanie over in Arkansas. Hey, Deanna in the UK once again. Hey, Christy. Love you, girl. Good to see you. Michael, I'm always glad when you and Chris are on, and I'm always glad. Okay, this is literally, Jennifer, I appreciate it. And you probably typed this in while I was saying that. Here you go. Always on the search for truth. You can't search for truth. You are the truth. That no, there's no word. I know, and I also notice you put this in quotes. Okay, but why don't you just choose presence? I mean, how many times do you need me to say it before you actually hear it? Is there any presence in any of the words that are showing on the screen here? And Jennifer, I'm not scolding you. You know what I'm doing is I'm inviting you back to presence and showing and showing and showing and showing. I'm never correcting. I'm always reflecting. Why is it that I chose presence? And when I did, there was no versus anything. So I see that a lot of you, wow, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Now, this is when somebody asks or brings up one point and it actually blesses and benefits virtually everybody else. Sylvia, it's great to see you. Hey, Jenna. Now, here's the thing. How many times can you be on and hear me say this and still refuse to apply it for yourself? All right. Now, look, exactly the same thing. Are you sure? Are you sure that you're struggling? I mean, are you on the floor like it's someone? Why are you doing this to yourself, lying to yourself that you're struggling and making yourself struggle? Why was today the day that I heard Brian say it for the 1,911th time, and I actually just went, oh, wait, breath and presence. Wait, holy fuck, where's the struggle? Wait, I don't need to think that. I breathe mind and heart and everything else into coherence. I think that's the first boom I ever got with 27 O's in it. Like, I do not understand this, so please retype. Geez, that's a bunch of wows. Man. I hear what you're saying, Deborah, and I'm not sure if there's a question. Let me do this. Why is it that when I choose presence, my discernment is flawless? And I discovered that it was always perfectly operational. Peter, if an event occurs and you feel sadness and you feel it and you follow it down to 0, and then later something happens that may look to your mind and awareness, oh, this is very similar. Your mind can say, oh, it's happening again. No, it's not. That happened then. This is happening now. It doesn't matter how similar it seems to me. There's more sadness for me to move through. If you expect the sadness to be over, you are absolutely fucked, because you're pushing down and crushing and rejecting the little one who is bringing the sadness. Is there any possibility that the perceived rejection that you're seeing out there is only coming up to show you the rejection that you are committing in here? Why is it that today was the day that I chose to be present to all aspects of myself, so much so that I discovered it was all myself? That's what it's about. When you blow the mind, it reorganizes on a higher level in alignment with the rest of you. I'm not even going to touch that one, but thank you. Christine, you just sparked an idea for me. I'm going to add the Money Freedom Process 2.0 into the Unconditional Happiness group. Appreciate you bringing that up. If you are working at your job hard, you will not get anywhere. Why did I stop trying to get anywhere? Why did I realize that trying to get somewhere guarantees that I'll always have the experience of not getting anywhere? So why did I instead choose to enjoy what I was doing? And suddenly I found myself somewhere. Holy carp, it's a sacred fish. Yay! Always. All right. Looks like my work here is done for today. If you haven't already, I highly, 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 highly invite you, and I encourage you to check out globalinrising.com. There's about a 28-minute video on that page, and the mind can say, 28 minutes? Who's got 28 minutes for anything? 28 minutes that can change your life and your world. I've already had people tell me that free 28-minute video on that page has changed their lives more than all the self-help work they've ever done. I love you. You and I are one. We're not connected. We're not connected. If we were connected, we could lose the connection. Then what would happen? Oh my God. Share, invite, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right? Aloha.